After a session of talks lasting more than 33 hours, the head of South Korea's delegation called a 2 a.m. news conference, claiming vindication of a tough negotiating line. A dispute that began with a landmine blast in the southern side of the demilitarized zone, which maimed 2 South Korean soldiers, and then escalated with the restarting of the South's cross-border loudspeakers and Pyongyang's threat of a military strike against them, was, he said, at an end.
North Korea expresses regret over the landmine incident in which 2 South Korean soldiers were injured. South Korea, in the absence of any abnormal situation, will end all loudspeaker broadcasting from noon on the 25th of August.
The talks had begun on Saturday, shortly after the passing of a 48-hour deadline imposed by Pyongyang. Its border forces had been put on a quasi-war state, told to prepare to mount surprise attacks. Even as the talks went on, South Korea said the North had deployed 50 of its 70 submarines from their bases and doubled the amount of artillery stationed on the border. The South Korean President Park Geun-hye on Monday maintained a hard line, demanding a clear apology. That's certainly how the North's expression of regret is being termed. Both sides will obviously want to portray this deal in the best possible light to their respective domestic audiences. Given the sheer length of the talks, they were both obviously doing everything they could to avoid a potentially dangerous military escalation. Now comes the next test, whether they can live up to the other promises made in this agreement. They've agreed to prepare for a new round of reunions of families separated since the end of fighting in the Korean War and to arrange further talks as soon as possible, this time either in Seoul or Pyongyang. Notably absent from the text any mention of the sanctions imposed by Seoul after the sinking of a South Korean warship in 2010. North Korea may well want to talk soon about lifting those. South Korea says the North now knows that provoking a crisis no longer earns concessions, an assertion that will have to be judged over the coming months. Harry Fawcett, Al Jazeera, Seoul.